Hey guys, welcome to the Massive Iron Channel. I'm Steve Shaw. In this video, we're going to talk Menno Henselman and the study he was propping up or talking about where warm-up sets don't really add anything to performance. Before I get into this topic, if you guys need coaching, check out the link down below. Coaching is what I do for a living. I would love to help. So I'm not going to post a link. You can go over to Menno Henselman's Instagram. It's not like he's a ghost and you can't find him. But he was talking about a study on warm-ups. And this is just a single study, right? It basically said that warm-ups don't produce any noticeable difference in the outcome of a workout. Now, I don't even need to look at this study to tell you what's going on. Number one, in my opinion, Menno lost all credibility many years ago. I've seen him post studies over and over again on his Instagram page, and you'll have reputable people coming along saying, hey, that's not what the study says at all, or hey, you're not looking at the study properly. So I'm just going to set the baseline here. I'm not trying to attack the guy, but we have to set the baseline that he doesn't exactly have a quality base of processing studies, or he's not, been as generous with quality information as he should. He's been a little bit disingenuous. So we have to set the table first with that. Now, second off, telling the world, the fitness industry, the fitness landscape, that warm-ups don't provide any value as far as progress or performance is one of the dumbest things I've ever heard. Warm-ups provide a lot of really good value, and they're not optional. You need to do your warm-up sets. Now, I'm not going to get into the psychology of why somebody like Menno Henselman just decides to set common sense aside and just prop up some study for a couple of Instagram likes. You guys can sort through all that horse shit and all that chaos. In this video, I'm going to give you 3 C's to think about when it comes to warm-up sets, what I call my 3 C's when it comes to warming up. The 3 main points of value I get when warming up. Now, C number 1 is your central nervous system. You don't do warm-up sets to challenge the body or pre-fatigue the body or anything like that. With warm-up sets, you slowly ramp up in weight and ramp down in reps, and the goal is to stimulate or to awaken your central nervous system to dumb things down a little bit. Your body's just not going to wake up out of bed and recruit a maximal amount of muscle fibers because you decide to put 225 on the bench. It doesn't have precognition, right? It doesn't see into the future. It doesn't know what's going to happen. So if you're going to jump under the bench, with 225 without any warm-up sets, it's not going to start recruiting a maximal amount of muscle fibers. All of a sudden, you're under heavy weight at kind of in a hole, so to speak. The first couple of reps, you unrack the weight, your body's unstable, it doesn't know what's going on, and you're trying to use the same amount of weight without a maximal number of muscle fibers being recruited. This is just idiotic. A properly structured warm-up protocol is going to waken up the central nervous system. It's going to say, we got something going on here. We need you to recruit more muscle fibers because we have a big effort coming up. And that's basically, in a dumbed down way, the way it works. You can't just jump under the bar and do a bunch of reps. You need to take some time and warm up properly. A really good example of this is my bench press 5, 10, 10, 20 protocol. You do 4 sets using the same weight, and you do 5 reps, 10 reps, 10 reps, and 20 reps. And if you really want a great example of how the central nervous system works, run this protocol for a couple of months. You will get the picture really, really quickly. Let's say you do your normal warm-up sets, and then you jump into your 5, 10, 10, 20 bench sets. And let's say you're using 185 pounds. The weight doesn't matter. The first 5 reps are going to feel a little bit heavy, but manageable. The second 10 reps are going to feel like a challenge. In fact, it can feel like the hardest set out of the 4. When I do the 5, 10, 10, 20, getting the second set, when I unrack, like the first 3 or 4 reps, my brain's like, this is going to be a struggle to get to 10. My central nervous system is still acclimating to the demands of what I have going on. And on that second set, usually that's when I have the most, mental things going on. Like, am I going to be able to get to 10? Oh, this feels heavy compared to the 5 rep set. The funny thing is, when I get to the third set of 10, all of a sudden that's moving like lightning. I get under the bar and it's going great. It's feeling a lot lighter than the first or second set, and I'm building confidence. And by the time I get to the fourth set, my central nervous system is smoking and it is ready to go, and we're pushing for big volume. So that's a great example of how the central nervous system gets awakened during a proper warm-up structure. Now, the second C is confidence. Even you might have done the bench press, right? And then you're jumping to a dumbbell bench or whatever. Doing it doesn't really matter, but just doing a warm-up set builds confidence. It allows you to get the feel for that exercise, and you're getting under the bar, whatever it's going to be, a leg press or a dumbbell curl, and you're kind of reminding yourself what the exercise is about. You're developing that good confidence with that lift. I feel good today. Everything in that movement pattern feels good today. That's an important part of the picture. You want to do a warm-up. So I like to do at least one moderate warm-up set on every exercise, because I want to gain that confidence that everything in that movement pattern feels good. You can sometimes do a bench press and then hop over to the dumbbell bench, and something in that movement pattern doesn't feel right, like maybe a tendon or something in your chest. This isn't abnormal. The demands of every exercise are different. So by doing a warm-up set, even on the secondary exercises, you're going to gain a little bit of confidence. Okay, everything in that movement pattern feels okay. Everything's feeling fine. I can go ahead and smoke the big daddy weight. And finally, connection. I like to go in and I like to connect with that exercise specifically. Again, the demands of every exercise are different. Yes, I might have just done the bench press and now I'm moving on to the dumbbell bench, but I really want to connect with the dumbbell bench. I want to get that feeling. I want to, work with lighter weight, load the chest a little bit, get in that good mental space, that good connection space. Okay, this is the exercise I'm doing now. I want to really connect with it before I attack the hard weight. So there you have it. Those are the big 3 C's: central nervous system, confidence, and connection. Confidence and connection are kind of, intertwined a little bit, obviously, but this is the way I look at a warm-up protocol. A warm-up protocol isn't optional, no matter what Menno Henselman says. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great day.